Well, hello, my friends. I'm happy to be here with Dale Naird. He's the Senior Director of DEI and Code with the Greater Omaha Chamber of Commerce. Dale, thank you for joining me today.
Yes, thanks for having me. I appreciate you sharing the space with me.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? Let's start here. Tell us a little bit about Code, the organization, and who you serve.
Yeah, so technically, the Greater Omaha Chamber is a membership organization who serves 3,000 business members through our community. We advocate for strong business climate and business through the climate and creating opportunities for businesses through connections and membership visibility, but also purchasing investment in jobs in the region and figuring out how do we do that to create and strengthen the leaders, but also our community at large. So underneath that is the code department, which is the commitment to opportunity, diversity, and equity, which actually kicked off in 2016, which is incredible because what that allowed us to do from our department standpoint is identify some of the gaps that we needed to fill. And we were fortunate enough to partner with the Urban League of Nebraska to conduct a YP survey that identified that Black professionals were 5 to 6 times less likely to want to live, work, and play here, and also uh, want to continue to grow and develop here. So how do we actually take that and implement that and change? So Code was created in 2016 from that actual survey, and Code seeks to increase workplace diversity in the workplace, management, and at senior levels through the Greater Omaha community. We also increase overall job satisfaction amongst underrepresented populations, assist companies in achieving an increase in diverse employee satisfaction and inclusion through our code survey and our code assessment. And we have some incredible partners on that front as well. And then also just provide opportunities for dialogue. That's a huge piece for me, is creating that space for people to talk about the highs, lows, engagement, but even networking and training opportunities for
Right.
that. So
Right.
that's essentially what it gets into from the Greater Omaha Chamber perspective and then leading into code.
Right. And I remember when that started. I do want to ask, so code, um, it's kind of, I mean, it's grown and it's expanded
Mhm,
and
mhm.
it's morphed and it's evolved. I mean, evolved is the word I'm looking for
Yeah.
on what it is today and what it is now. And just kind of looking over the past year, or 2 years. I mean, talk about that because it's gone from one level to the next, and you're getting a lot of people. It's an important topic, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we definitely have expanded. I mean, some of the foundation pieces are still in place, but we've expanded some of our programming. To be
yeah.
totally transparent, we've hosted 42 events, or will host 42 events this year, which is a lot.
Wow,
It's a lot. So
just under that umbrella.
just underneath the code umbrella, we'll host 42 events.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's insane. When I set out and we put it all on paper beginning of the year, of course, you don't realize how much that is, but it's a lot. So 41 opportunities for people to engage,
Yeah.
and then also 21 networking hours, so people to engage through that, and then 103.5 if we're looking at just true numbers of
Sure.
educational opportunities for individual employers and employees to actually engage in our programming. So we've been fortunate enough to partner with over 300 organizations right now through this work over the past, I guess, 9 months now,
Yeah.
and has some tremendous success for that. So we've definitely expanded some of our programming. Now we technically have 11 initiatives underneath what we're doing with code. So it's a lot.
It is a lot, but I mean, just think of, I mean, the change and the impact that everything's happened. And if you look over this past year, and I know you had a conference on August 8th, and then you've had two more, I mean, earlier in the year. Can you speak to those just a little bit about what in whatever way you want to with those?
Yeah. August 8th with the higher conference. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another whole nother department within the chamber who is doing
Oh, wow.
incredible work underneath that. So Alexander Keeley Taylor do an incredible job, and the committee and the committees at large do an incredible job of putting on the higher conference for HR professionals.
Oh,
So
I no, I was talking about August 3rd. What was August
August
3rd? You
3rd.
had the code, that workshop.
Oh, absolutely. So
Yeah,
CEOs
okay,
for Code.
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
Um,
okay.
no, CEOs for Code is an incredible opportunity for us. It allows for CEOs and executive and C-suite
Yeah,
leaders to come together over a collective conversation. And we were fortunate enough to partner with Methodist College to offer the strategic doing model. So it allowed for us to actually come out with tangible takeaways and action items based off of CEOs and DI practitioners to move forward on that work. So the overall question there that we posed to the group is, how do we create a more inclusive Omaha? And through that, we identified 15 projects that they're working on for the next technically 90 days to
yeah,
actually drive that inclusion within Omaha. So projects are stemming across the board, from things from healthcare to how do you actually create more of an inclusive workplace, to individuals even just getting tied in to trying to fix some of the gaps that they've identified within Omaha community. So the projects are expensive, large, but we have the right
mhm,
leaders in place to make sure we're driving that change. So
yeah. I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions about that, but I know we wanna talk about the conference that's coming up
mhm,
here, in October. Uh, but before we go there, so from this August 3rd event, I mean, how do you feel? I mean,
yeah,
was it a success? I mean, I know we're going through the 90-day period, but looking also what's happening now into the future, um,
mhm,
people, I mean, I was there briefly. There was a
yes,
lot of people there.
yes,
There were a lot of
yes,
CEOs there, and
yes.
they were engaged.
Yes, I felt like it was one of the most successful events that we put on all year, just to see the leadership buy-in, but then also just the collective input and information sharing and willingness to actually just work together to
Yeah,
drive some of these initiatives. I felt were just truly impactful, and is a model that I just hope we continue to just lean into a little bit more.
yeah,
How can we collaboratively do this work together? Because
yeah,
it doesn't need to be done in silos, especially if we're trying to talk about how do we create an inclusive Omaha. So I think it's powerful. And I'm excited for the projects that come out
yeah,
of it. But I highly recommend using the strategic doing model, especially if you're trying to just move to action items and not just talking about what the problem is, but then moving towards the
sure.
actual solution of it. So
Yeah, we can all just talk, we can talk about the
yeah,
problems till the cows come home.
yes.
But really diving in and looking at, okay, what is the solution? What are the questions we need to ask
Mhm.
to what else is possible with this? So yeah, that's great. All right, so we have the conference coming up, the code conference on Friday, October 20th.
Yes.
Do you know what year this is? Sometimes I ask and we're not.
Yeah, this is year 4,
Year
surprisingly, year
4.
4,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, this is an amazing conference. So talk to us a little bit about the highlights of this conference.
Some of the highlights that I'm super excited about is we've been fortunate enough to secure Soledad O'Brien as our opening keynote speaker,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Jackson as our closing keynote speaker. Those are two phenomenal individuals in their own right that just bring a lot to the conference. And our conference theme this year is disrupt, dismantle, and discover, leveraging your influence. And we show up in different capacities. So those are just two of the keynote speakers, but then we have 15 actual breakout sessions over just some incredible topics that are helping move our work forward. And it's more or less creating that space, based off of the topics that we selected and our committee was fortunate enough to review. It's an expansive lift. We're not just focusing on one area. We're talking about everything from accessibility to inclusion to how does that actually show up for us transportation, everything. So I'm excited on that front too. But then
Yeah.
we're fortunate enough to be able to offer a silent auction at the conference, which helped drive the amount of actual scholars, so post-secondary students who are actually able to come to our conference. So even in
Right.
doing that silent auction, that those proceeds go to actually paying it forward to the next future leaders. And I'm excited about that piece too. And then to that point, we're actually having a report out of the strategic doing model of the session that we hosted on August 3rd at the conference with our CEOs for Code at the conference that will be taking place at technically 10 during the conference as well. So there's just a lot of moving pieces at the
Yeah.
conference, and those are just some of the highlights. But then there's just so much more that I don't want to spoil it for people, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
And I keep glancing over this way because I got your website pulled up.
Yeah.
So much information on the website. But again, and the scholarships, this is going to be one heck of a day. And it starts at 8 a.m. at the CHI Health Center Omaha. Uh,
Yes.
And it goes until 3:45. It looks, no, it actually goes till 5. Well, because there's a
Goes to
networking
5.
reception
Yeah,
very
we
end
want
of
to
the
make
day.
sure people have the opportunity to network. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, after, and you know what, I think at the end of a conference like this, that networking piece where people can actually talk about what they heard and what their takeaways were, and you know, the inspirations, that's a beautiful thing to just kind of wrap
Yeah.
up the day. We'll talk about tickets.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to purchase a ticket, all of that information can be found on our website, Omaha Chamber backslash the conference. If you go actually click on that link,
It's
you'll scroll.
probably, as we're speaking, it's probably like right down below us right now.
Rapidly. So click
Our
on this
great
link.
guy, yeah,
Click
our
on this
great
link.
guy is putting it right down below us. So
Yeah, so check out the chat. So if you want to find all the tickets there, we have student tickets and also single tickets, but then we also have space for organizations to purchase group tickets as well. So we welcome any and everyone. This conference is not just for individuals in the DEI space, but it's for everyone, and not just businesses. If you show up at any capacity, we want to see you in the space and we want you to join us because there's a lot that we can learn together.
yeah, and also I'm looking at your website too. It says join the coalition. Can you talk a little bit about that?
The Employer Coalition is essentially a group of individuals who have signed our code pledge, which is committing to doing 3 things: hiring somebody and appointing somebody to actually do the work and lead the work within your organization, participating in our code assessment, and then creating a comprehensive D&I strategy. By you being a part of that, you become part of this coalition, which right now we have 136 organizations who have signed on to participate in that capacity. And it just creates a small network of individuals who you can lean on and ask some of the challenging questions. But then also, as you are growing, we want to talk about the successes that you're having because this work can be hard at times. So the coalition is meant to create a support group, but then also figure out how we can continue to move this work forward and not become complacent where we are now.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about?
That's a great question. Um, to be totally transparent, it's for me to be able to, in our team, not just me, to create a space where individuals can come and just kind of share the highs, the lows, and then leave feeling inspired about the things that are coming to Omaha and the things that are transpiring and the leadership that we have that is willing to move some of this forward, but then also the collective leaders who occupy the space who are willing to push the needle as we drive towards creating individual change within organizations, because I'm a firm believer that for us to make change, it can and will start with one individual, and then it can continue to build. And we have to be focused on that because DEI has become more of a buzzword. But if we focus on inclusion through how do we create people-centered work, where we're focusing on the individuals who we occupy within our actual place of employment, but then also our clients and the individuals who we're reaching out to, I think that's when we make true change, when we keep that at the forefront, because everybody's different. And we want to make sure everybody's uniqueness can shine through however they show up. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm most excited for.
I love it, Del. Thank you so much. I can actually, I mean, I feel your excitement every time I'm around you and talk to you. Um, I mean, thank you for stepping up and doing what you're doing in the community. I really appreciate it. So
I appreciate you. Thank you again for this opportunity, and can't wait to see you at the conference as
yeah,
well.
absolutely. All right, folks, the conference is Friday, October 20th. Get on the website, so much information there, and it's going to be an incredible day. So thanks again, and we hope to see all of you there. And folks, don't go away. We will be right back. Well, hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me. It's that time of year, one of my favorite times of the year. And we have here Kathy David. She's the Assistants League of Omaha Vice President of Marketing, and Terry Gangstead, the silent auction chairperson for the Assistants League Christmas caravan that's coming up here in early November. I can't believe we're already here this time of year.
Yeah.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, for those who don't know, let's just talk about the Assistance League of Omaha, who you serve, what the organization is all about. It's amazing. So, Kathy, do you want to take that one?
Sure. It is an amazing organization, and we have over 350 members, and all of these women are so dedicated. Everything is volunteer. And they just put in hours and hours of their time into our programs. We serve the Omaha community, and we have 6 philanthropic programs that we help serve our constituents. One of our big ones is Operation School Bell, and that's gearing up as well here in October. So next week we are going to embark on clothing over 4,000 children in the metropolitan area, the Omaha, from all sorts of schools all over the city of Omaha and that area. They will come into J.C. Penney's, and we have shopping assistants, and we have greeters, and we have people registering these kiddos, and they'll all get to pick out school clothes. And for some of them, it's the first time they've had, new clothes, something that isn't a hand-me-down. And then we have Operation Bear Hug, where we distribute bears, to comfort bears to families in distress, perhaps after a fire or some other catastrophic event in their lives. And we have assault survivor kits, which help people surviving, again, some extreme event in their life and where they need some extra assistance, and we provide them with some clothing and just immediate needs. And Operation Teen Parent, which we work with young parents through the school system and the school counselors. And we also have Operation Literacy, and of course that speaks to itself, and we provide books to different groups all throughout the city. And at Operation School Bell, in fact, every child that shops will also get a free book. And then Operation Recovery, and we work very closely with the Santa Monica House, and lending support to the women at the Santa Monica House and in their various programs. So as you can see, we cover a vast area of needs within the city.
You do. What an amazing organization. And just to hear that again, I mean, I've known everything about you for decades, but to really be reminded, and I think things have probably been added on throughout the years of what it originally started as, and then as additional needs came up, you added them. So I think this time of year too, we're here to talk about the Christmas Caravan that's coming up on November 2nd. But let's just talk about, what is Christmas Caravan for people who don't know. So I'm going to let you take that, Terry.
All right. Well, Christmas Caravan for me would be a way to really get into the mood for Christmas. That's you have the ability to tour through 4 beautiful homes. And then along with that, they are beautifully decorated for Christmas by local florists and designers. And we also have the homes we have the opportunity to display items for purchase by those florists and designers. And a lot of the items that are on display as decorations are available for purchase. But it is just a fun event to get together with family members, friends, have a day out together, have lunch at Champions Run if you prefer to do that, and then tour all these beautiful homes.
It truly is, to me, the event that kicks off the holiday season. And it just spreads joy and goes from there. I know one of the things that a lot of people look forward to is the gala preview party that is the night before, on November 1st, before the homes are opened up to the public. So let's talk about that, because I mean, I love to go to that. That's so much fun, and it's elegant and it's beautiful, and it's in the evening too.
Right, so. Right. It's a chance to get dressed up, I think, and come out and enjoy the festivities. We do. The tour is actually open for preview to the gala ticket owners, and so they can go on the tour from 4 to 6.
Okay.
But Champions opens up at 4 o'clock. The boutique there is absolutely amazing. I mean, our girls at the thrift shop have set aside the best of the best. So anyone that comes that evening and shops is going to be in for a real treat. And then Terry will tell us a little bit more about our silent auction, which is really special too, and a big part of our fundraising. And so it's a fun evening. We have a photo booth, and there's a cocktail hour and lots of shopping. There's a wonderful bake sale. And then we all progress into the dining area for a fabulous dinner and a little bit of a presentation by our, usually our president is involved, and some of our community advisors as well. So really, really fun time.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the silent auction online and also there. I love a silent auction.
Well, as with every year, we are really excited about the silent auction. We have some fabulous items that will be on display at Champions that evening. And then along with those items being on display there, all the items will be available via an online portal. So once that portal is available, which is usually about 10 days ahead of the event, viewers will be able to view every item. We take a photograph, sometimes multiple photographs of each item, depending on how many items are in. Maybe it might be a basket of items, so there might be several items in a basket. We get very detailed with the photos and the descriptions so that those viewing online can really see what they're bidding on. And we will make the portal available via our website, via our ALO website. Our members will be able to share it on Facebook. Our Facebook, we have over 1,100 followers on Facebook, so they will have access to that portal as well. It'll be on Instagram. So we're just, as with every year, we're very excited about it. We have some great items this year. We actually have a homemade dollhouse that will be available. It's completely decorated for Christmas. We have tickets to Creighton basketball. We have a dessert party for 25. We have a Louis Vuitton purse that has never been used. We've got a pickleball set. We have a pool party. We have Omaha Symphony tickets.
Nice.
Just a wide variety of items, and sometimes items are grouped together in a basket. So it might be a wine party basket or a cookie baking basket. Sometimes we have baskets for children, great for grandparents.
Yeah.
So
well,
we're just very, very happy.
And these are perfect. I mean, they're perfect for either yourself and, or you can give them as a gift. I mean, I think that's too at the boutique.
As a gift.
This is like your shopping experience if you want to start shopping for gifts for people. And it's so amazing. So let me ask you this. So let's talk about the ticket sales, because how do we get tickets for either one of let's talk about the preview party first.
We can actually, there are tickets that have been printed, and ticket buyers can get them through the members and also through our website.
Okay.
So all the tickets for both the preview and the tour the following day are available on the website, or they can purchase tour tickets at Hy-Vee and then at all of our participating vendors and boutiques. So that includes, we have Beyond the Vine is included, Boat Joy is included. We have Material Girl and House of J will all be participating in our vendors as our vendors. So you can get tickets there as well.
And again, ALOmaha.org.
Correct.
And then also, I mean, I drive by your thrift store or your location all the time, because it's about 85th and Center.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
On the north side of the street, just kind of behind the west side, the football stadium. But yeah. So encourage people to go there as well. But let's also, I mean, before you go, we're 10 minutes in. So let's talk a little bit about the organization, and we can go to, I'm sorry, ALO. I want to keep saying AOL, but ALO, sorry,
That was a
ALOmaha.org.
lot.
Yeah. And there's so much information on your website. And again, all the services, everything you do, how people, this event gives back to those services. And I just loved listening, Kathy, to all the things you do. You help so many different people in different stages of their life, regardless of what's happening.
Mhm.
And it's just
Right.
amazing. So
We just inducted I think it's close to 15 new members, and we have regular classes throughout the year. So we're always looking for new members to join our organization, and they bring such fabulous lifelong skills to the group, from gardening to accounting to online sales. We have a very active online sales shop as well. We work very closely with National on this endeavor. It's a totally different inventory than what you find at our thrift shop, but all of the proceeds go to fund our program. So, as I said, it's a totally volunteer organization.
well, ladies, Kathy, Terry, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, November 1st is the preview, the patron party, the gala preview party. And then November 2nd, Thursday, is where you can just come into their homes. It's so lovely, and it truly does kick off the holiday season. So thank you for joining me today.
Well, thanks. Thanks for having us. And we just want to say to our audience, come on out and enjoy the fun.